Hello, good evening, and welcome back to Baldur's Gate, where I'm actually in the city of Baldur's Gate, in the game Baldur's Gate. Go me! And I am just trying to spend some time until it gets dark, so that I can carry out some more nefarious activities. Yeah, let's go with that. Nefarious activities. Breaking into the headquarters, or a headquarters of my enemy. Maybe. I'll find out. So, let's get to the actual game where I was going to investigate what was going on with this ship in the hopes that doing so will cause time to pass. So, down here, there is a hatch. So, down the hatch?
For the group.
Okay. Well, there's only one named person in here, so let's go talk to him.
As good as done.
What do you need?
Welcome to the Low Lantern, my friends. I trust you will enjoy your stay and sample much of our lively fare. I would not be caught dead in such a place of debauchery as this. You had better believe it. Woe to the fool that gets in the way of my fun tonight. An excellent suggestion. This looks to be quite the popular place. Or I'll be quite sure to sample as much as I please before I leave tonight. I imagine your clientele are quite well off? Oh my. Oh, Let's go with the last one, because I will sample exactly as much as I want. Oh, there is no distinction between classes here. The Low Lantern is quite the equalizer, and our patrons span much of the social spectrum. Of course, we might tend to favor the heavy tippers. Unintentionally, of course. Enjoy your visit. Interesting. I mean, I'm curious about this chest, but he's standing right in front of it. So, what if we...
Your life means nothing to me.
Hello? Desreta, you come in here for some purpose, no? Tell you the secret. There is no purpose, only entropy. Wondrous, sensuous entropy. My soul sister and I know entropy better than most. Perhaps we teach you some of its pleasures? No? Get away from me, you psycho. I'm just here to enjoy a beer. Or, what's your name, woman, and what's this whole entropy cap you're on about? Neither of these are polite responses, and I have been trying to be polite, but apparently that's not in the cards. Okay, what is this entropy thing? I am Desreta. She is Valia. We are one with void. We know life has no meaning. Let us show you entropic pleasure. It will delight you with its icy touch. You know, I'm not feeling the love of entropy in my soul. There's some lack of. Look, we really have to get going, so you two just keep on doing whatever it is you do. Or, yes, show us this pleasure you speak of. I'm sure it could be quite interesting, especially if you show it to us in the privacy of your bedroom. Nope, not flirting with entropy, nope. Just keep doing whatever it is you do. Have fun. Enjoy your entropy. You miss much. You miss what void could offer. You are deluded that life has meaning. It does not. Charmed. Charming. Okay, anybody interesting down here? No, there is another set of stairs down, which I will be sure to check out, but what's up here? Nothing too interesting yet, you know, besides the offer of entropy.
Steel on steel. The stuff of legend, right, Boo?
Is this really a topic to be bringing up in the brothel, Minsk? Oh, here's another named person.
As you direct.
You need something, stranger?
What in the nine hells are the lot of you doing in my room? Wait, Yago. Do I have a Yago somewhere in my notes? Because I just read the first line. Well, we're here to end your miserable life. We're members of the Flaming Fist, and we've been ordered to confiscate all spellbooks in the town. You needn't worry, you'll get yours back in a few days, or sorry for bothering you, we'll be on our way. This seems to be something for later? Because I don't have any Yago in my notes. Sorry for bothering you. We'll go. Hopefully you'll still be here when we actually know what you're here.
Perhaps this group needs not quite as much help as I thought.
What's going on down here? Sorry, miss. It's quite a large ship, really. Well, back upstairs.
For the group.
Oh, I did miss a bunch of stuff over
Good as
here.
done.
What all's going on over here? Bartenders, gamesmen. Wow, those Cartesians really have lungs on them. Whoop, time to go.
As good as done.
Well, that did make some time pass at least. And on the off chance, let's see, Iron Throne headquarters is over here. What if, she said, we were to just walk in the front door? Brazenly. If it's not locked, of course.
Yes?
Okay, once everyone's here, Khaled. Oh, yeah, completely unlocked. Just walk right in.
No time to chit-chat.
Yo. Out! Away! Fly while you can! There be madness here, and I can stand it no longer. Hi to you too? Elicide, welcome! Playing Baldur's Gate for the first time, wondering in the cutscene at the very beginning of the game? You know, I don't actually know the answer to that question. The cutscene of the guy getting strangled and thrown off the building, I do not know whether that was in the original game or not. I believe it was, but I don't know for certain. I never actually played the original version. I've only played the enhanced edition. So, I'm sorry, I don't actually know the answer to your question. Alright, madness in this much-lauded tower? That there be malice here I have no doubt, but madness? Never. Or, calm down and explain yourself, good sir, that I may understand you better. Actually, just one moment here. Yeah, there we go, okay. Explain, please. Calm down while Servok's acolytes practice their magic cacophony above me. I dare say not, stranger. I dare say not at all. Oh, wait, he's gone. He's off. He's away. Servok's acolytes. You know what? I'm gonna write that down, just in case that's a name I need to remember. Not at the beginning. Yeah, well, it's a starting cutscene. It plays every time you start up the game. I know, because this is my 25th stream of it, and that means that somewhere between 25 and 28 times I've had that cutscene start. So it is every time, even once you've started playing. Okay, I'm just going to write down this Sarevok Servok's acolytes. Is it a god, or maybe? Okay. Off he goes.
As you direct.
Hey,
We took 2 steps. Welcome to the Iron Throne Citadel. Could you please state what business brings you here? We have no business here, but perhaps this 100 gold would let us in anyway. We've business with your leaders. We've just come from Sembia and are quite weary, so if you would just step aside, we would be so grateful. We're seeking employment with the Iron Throne. If you could direct us to someone with whom we should speak, we will be on our way. If I were to give you these 200 gold, would you not ask any questions and just let us in? Or, I'm here to kill all those who associate themselves with the Iron Throne! What about we're seeking employment? New employees, huh? Well, take yourselves up to the 4th floor. There you'll find some private offices. The men in those offices do all the hiring. Nice talking to you, bye-bye, and he just walks out. Well, I see no reason not to pump people for information around here, so let me just... There we are. Save. Hello, sir.
All my stuff is authentic. Really, it is.
What is your business here? If you're here about obtaining iron shipments for your company, then you'd be best to do so elsewhere. We have no interest in dealing with other companies. Nope, not here to sell iron.
All my stuff is authentic. Really, it is.
Okay, that's exactly the same text. Okay, so up to the 4th floor to find somebody who's doing hiring. But I'm much more interested in this acolytes and chanting thing. What if, instead of going upstairs, we went down to the basement? You know, since Gatekeeper Guy just walked out the front door. Hey, no one's supposed to be down here. State your business, for I have to give you the beats. Don't get so excited. We're checking out some wares that we bought from the Iron Throne. We're new recruits. We were told to have a look around, so that's what we're doing. Or eat steel, scum! Well, it worked the time before. Let's try... We're new recruits. Lying scum. There aren't any new recruits. Well, too bad. Goodbye.
My blade will cut you down to size.
As good as done.
Anything of particular interest down here?
You're a
Imoen.
queer fellow. I'm gone.
Alright, that's locked. That's empty. Also locked. Well, skullduggery. Okay. What do we have here? Genius, insulation, antidote, storm giant strength. Less than interesting. Dang. Nothing terribly
Nature's
useful
servant
down here,
awaits.
as it turns out.
As good as done.
Up we go.
As good as done.
Hopefully the body in the basement will not be discovered anytime soon.
I should have joined the army.
Where do you think you're going? Upstairs? Where do you think you're going? Or at the 5th floor, Servok asks us to deliver an important message to his acolytes. Neither of these are good answers. Let's try this one. 5th floor, Servok asked us to deliver an important message to his acolytes. Better you than me. Working with that crowd can be downright creepy some days. Creepy, are they? I'll be sure to pass that on. Or creepy, how do you mean? I mean... You know what? Let's promise to pass on that information. I'll be sure to pass on the fact that you called them creepy. I spoke out of turn. My apologies. I'm very sorry, sir, ma'am, sir. Don't tell them. Please, you don't know what they'll do. They're so good. They're so very good. They're not creepy at all. I'm sorry. Bit confused about the character creator in the ability section. Well, it really depends on where the numbers are, Olise. But generally speaking, the higher number is better. The main problem here is that I never actually played... This is very strongly based on Advanced Dungeons & Dragons, that version of the tabletop game, which is not one that I personally ever played. So I put my stats where it looked like they were okay, and it hasn't failed me so far. Well, now that we have scared this guy so that he has to go get a new pair of pants, let's just have a skim around this floor to see if I see anything interesting. Snooping is snooping after all. Nothing too interesting here, apparently, although, Imoen, I really would like you to be detecting right now. You should have been detecting in the basement, but I'm only familiar with 5e and 3.5. Well, you're one better than me, because I'm only familiar with 5th edition myself. My partner has played all of the editions of Dungeons & Dragons, as far as I am aware, but is not exactly available as a resource for my stream. So he's tried to explain Thaco to me. I don't get it.
As you direct.
Hi, hello, how are you? Wait a moment, could you please tell me where I could find Rieltar? It's important that I speak to him. I've been given the runaround too long. Rieltar's damn son, Servok, seems to think he's in charge here. We must ask for a name before we go telling the whereabouts of Iron Throne high-ups. Or we have no clue, sorry. You know what? Let's go with the first one. What? We need a name. I'm Nortuary, and your Iron Throne high-up answers to me. I've just arrived from Selgunt in Sembia. The council wishes to know how things are faring. Now tell me where I can find Rialtar. Actually, we don't really know where he is at the moment. We apologize for any inconvenience we might have caused you. Or, Rialtar's in the upper offices at the moment. If you go up there, I'm sure you'll catch him. Both these answers could easily get us in trouble. I mean, I was told that they went out to Candlekeep, but I'm not sure that that's information that the general Iron Throne people would have. I'm gonna go with the first one. Actually, we don't actually know where he is. And that's too many actualies. Damn it, is anyone competent here? Okay.
I should have joined the army.
Guard, you there. What are you doing here? I don't recognize you. How about you just take this 100 gold and look the other way? We've business with your leaders. We've just come from Sembia and are quite weary, so if you would just step aside, we'd be so grateful. Calm down, we're just new recruits. We just haven't gotten our uniforms yet. We've come from Cormyr. With business going so well there, we've brought a large sum of surplus money for your superiors. I'm sure they wouldn't wish to be kept waiting. It's almost been working so far. We just don't have our uniforms. We've got no new recruits. What I think you are is a spy. Well, murder it is. And the merchant just keeps standing there. That's the hilarious thing about it. Okay, Imoen, go back to detecting, please.
You've a task? As you direct.
Don't give me any lip, peasant. Do you know who I am?
Did you see us murder that guy? Emissary Tar. At last, someone who looks like they could be of some assistance. The assorted boobs and dimwits around here have been of very little help. Of course, how may I assist you, ma'am? Or, I'm afraid you've mistaken us for someone else. I'm Dimwit, this is my good friend Boob, and behind me you'll find Brainless and Moron. How do you do? In for a penny, in for a pound. How may we assist you, ma'am? Ma'am this, ma'am that. I have little desire to suffer through more of your flat gentility. You may call me Emissary Tar and direct me towards the nearest staircase. I have some important business to conduct on the 5th floor on behalf of the Grand Dukes. Can you not see the giant staircases? Ma'am. Emissary Tar, would it be untoward of me to inquire as to the nature of your business on the 5th floor? The stairs? Why, yes, they lie behind me, not far from where we stand at all. Please, whatever your business there may be, I urge you to reconsider. I have a bad sense about this place, and would worry for your safety there. I mean... This lady is apparently unable to find a staircase. Or to notice a murder that happens, you know, across the room from her. So... Could I inquire as to the nature of your business? It is hardly a secret. The Grand Dukes have sent me to negotiate a new treaty with Thaldorn. It appears that the Merchants' League and the Seven Sons have voluntarily granted the Iron Throne temporary control over the mines in order to simplify the city's supply structure and thereby strengthen the war effort. Should it come to that, I am here to ensure that we have access to that iron at a favorable price. The Iron Throne has been more than cooperative with us to date, and I doubt that they will change their tune now. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have no intention of being late for my negotiations. My chance meeting with the Grand Duke's chief negotiator, Emissary Tar, has provided me with new clues. The Merchants League and the Seven Sons have temporarily relinquished their mines to the Iron Throne in support of the coming war effort. They may find the temporary loan becomes all too permanent. Oh boy. Okay. Anything interesting over here? Cooks. Bunch of cooks. Odd place to have the kitchens, but who am I to judge? Alright, that was good information, although all this murder is making me quite nervous.
As you direct.
Let's see. Jorg, hello. You were stuck? So far it's been pretty straightforward for me.
What you want?
Oh boy. Hello. You must be the city negotiators. Let me see on the list here. Emissary Tar? Right on time, and a pleasure to meet you. My name is Destis Gurn, Assistant Chief Accountant for the Iron Throne's operations on the Sword Coast. Now, just a quick briefing on our negotiating procedures before you head on up the stairs. Thaldorn will be accompanied by a board of 6 Iron Throne advisors sent to us from abroad. Zalamar, Cloudwolf, Gardush, Naman, Diab, Asim, and Alai, all of them quite respectable men and eager to meet you. We also have a 7th member on the board today, Mr. Lyle Espejo. Espejo? I'm not sure which one. He is there to ensure that things go smoothly in this time of transition. As for the agenda... Okay, let me just make some notes here. Important names. Thaldorn. Iron Throne. Important names. Okay, Thaldorn. ZHALIMAR. Cloud Wolf with an E. Gardush. Had to reload a fair amount. Not something I would recommend. Oh. Well, I haven't had to reload yet, but I've also committed some murders, so I worry. Alright. NAA Man. Diab. Asim with 2 A's. And Alai. Plus Lyle Espejo? I'm not sure. Espejo, I'm going to go with. I'm afraid you've mistaken me for someone else. Please, just let me go about my business here. Or, yes? Or, please, Mr. Gurn, I have my own copy of the agenda and no desire to waste any more time here than necessary. If you be so kind as to allow me to proceed upstairs to the negotiations, I would be very grateful. I'm gonna go with this last one. in the hopes of not having to read another wall of text. Yes, true. Very well then, Emissary Tar. Proceed upstairs, and don't allow me to keep you here a moment longer. Great things are afoot, and I am very proud to have met you on behalf of the Iron Throne, and I hope, for everyone's sake, that the negotiations proceed swiftly. Yes, thank you. Ugh. I didn't have to read another wall of text. Victory is mine. Okay, anything or anybody interesting in here? Nope, just another merchant. Just another merchant in here. Do I actually want to check these bookshelves? I'm not going to take the time to read any new books if there are here.
I care not. This way.
Okay, scrolls. History of the North. History of the Dales and the Elven Court. What a surprise that there are books on the bookshelves. History of the Chosen of Mistra. More scrolls. History of the Bell in the Depths. History of Tethir. History of Shadowdale 8th. Shadowdale 8? Ugh.
I love money. Yes, I do.
History of Shadowdale 7. Sorry, the various books called History of the North, etc. could have a more interesting... Exactly! How are you going to get people to read them when they have such a dull title?
I love money. Yes, I do.
Where was I? Was I here? Yes. History of Shadowdale 9. History of Shadowdale 10. History of Shadowdale 4. History of Shadowdale 3. History of the Chosen of Mistra. Again. Why would they have more than one copy of the history books? Alright.
Nature's servant awaits.
So boring and yeah, I know.
As good as done.
I love money.
I mean,
Yes, I do.
history books do frequently have less interesting titles. It does have to be admitted. But yeah, it's just if you have more than 2, maybe 3 volumes of a particular history, maybe
Camaraderie, adventure, and steel on steel. The stuff of legend, right, Boo?
maybe instead of giving it volume numbers, you say what time period it's covering. Maybe hard to say. Salamar Cloudwolf, fill my wrath, for it is great indeed. Who dares intrude upon our negotiations? Is that Tar? My name is Emissary Tar. I'm here to negotiate an iron treaty with Baldur on behalf of the Grand Dukes. Or, my name is Foxwine. I was wondering if I could ask you a few questions. Or like call it History of the North chapter name, or like History of the North Scouring of the Orcs. Exactly! Just that little bit more interesting. Now, do I continue to try to pretend to be Emissary Tar, or do I introduce myself? Well, since everyone's been trying to kill me, and it seems to be connected to this Iron Throne thing, I'm absolutely not going to introduce myself. So let's try and pretend to be Emissary Tar some more. How many Emissary Tars do we have now? 3? Fool! Ms. Tar stands right before you, and she was just leaving, weren't you, my dear? Honestly, this has gone on long enough. And who are you to say so? I've crushed all those before you. Certainly a little coin will ease your conviction a bit, a little gold to make you turn the other way. Or, I am quite sorry to have bothered you. Really, is this the exit? I'll be going now. Mm. Mm-hmm. Well, bribing him is definitely not going to work. I don't really want to apologize and run away, but that only leaves the one option. Alright, the one option it is. Those before us were fools, as you are. Those before us were weak, as you are. Those before us were not Zalamar, or Gardush, or Naman, or Diab, or Asim, or Alai. Those before us are dead, as you will be. So it is being decreed, so it shall be done. So orders Saravok. Is it just me, or did Emissary Tar just turn into a doppelganger? Hey, Khaled, do you still have that anti-doppelganger sword equipped? Oh, yes you do. Excellent. Great. Hit this guy.
Yes, oh omnipresent authority figure.
You know what? You go for him.
Cool one, sir.
Minsk. Yeah, you go for Diab.
Uh-huh.
I'll go for Asim, and
You're a
Erwin
queer
will
fellow.
back me up, and
That card.
Dynahair, you know what? Go for the doppelganger.
Go for the eyes! Go for the eyes!
Okay,
What you want?
Imoen, please.
Have need of me?
Khaled, get back here.
Whatever they need.
Attack. Do I have anybody else idle? Maybe Jahira.
You point, I punch.
Yep.
Okay, everybody still alive? Well, everybody on my side still alive? You think they're... Oh, maybe. Well, that was interesting.
Yes?
Take that. That, and the other thing, and that, and that. I think...
I cannot.
No.
What's the story?
You grab that, and you... apparently take that. And... that. Wasn't there a gem in here somewhere in all this mess?
No less than done.
There it is. Okay. Minor Sequencer. Spell allows a wizard to store 2 spells and activate them both at the same time for her special ability button. Both spells must be of 2nd level or lower. To create a sequencer, a mage must memorize not only Minor Sequencer, but also the spells she intends to store in it. Interesting. Sequencer lasts until activated, and once used, releases its spells immediately. The special ability icon also disappears until the next time a sequencer is formed. A wizard can possess only one minor sequencer at a time, and it may not be given to other characters. Huh, interesting. Quite useful, always forgot to store the spell. Yeah, well, she has so many spells, I can't even guarantee that I'm going to remember to have her learn it and sequence anything into it. Like, I can't even guarantee I'll have her memorize that one. She knows the spell now, but remembering to do anything about that? Well, that's a different matter entirely. Okay. And
Can I help you?
while I'm at it, Khaled, do you recognize any of these? Stone Giant Strength, Fiery Burning, Perception, Antidote? I think we're good.
Nature's servant awaits. As good as done.
Let's bring everybody together. Hi. Oh. I would be willing to bet that this is the correct emissary tar down here. Alright,
You're a
Imoen.
queer fellow. I've done had enough of this.
Nothing.
Yes, O omnipresent authority figure. For the group.
Wait a minute. Hey, wasn't that guy out there claiming to be Thaldorn? So who's this guy? I'm gonna take chances, possibly make mistakes, and overwrite my old save file.
Hello. I don't want any trouble.
What are you doing here? Get out of this building before I call the guards. We can't do that until you answer some questions, or sure, if you want us to leave, we'll leave. No. Answer some questions. You're here to kill me, aren't you? You can't kill me. Do you know who I am? I'm Thaldorn, one of the leaders of the Iron Throne. You're too much of a whiner. I think we're going to have to kill you. Could you just tell us where the other leaders of the Iron Throne are located? If you do, we'll spare your miserable life. Or where can we find documents that will implicate your organization for its involvement with the bandit raids and iron shortage? Tell us or die. You know what? I'm gonna go with the last one. Please don't hurt me. You can find everything you need with Realtor. He's the true leader of the operation. He always carries everything on his person. Am I free to go? If you tell us where the leaders of the Iron Throne are located, we might let you go free. Get out of here, or sorry, but you're going to have to die. Tell us where they are. The other leaders, Brunos and Realtor, they're at Candlekeep, attending business with some benefactors from the south. Will you let me go now, please? First, tell us where we can find hard evidence that could implicate your business and all of the deviltry going along the coastway. You're free to go, or sorry, we can't let you live. You know too much. Oh, man, You know what? Let's go circular. We want implications! Please don't hurt me. You can find everything you need with Realtor. Okay, do I tell him to go, or do I tell him to die? Get out of here. Okay, so they're at Candlekeep, and he is trying desperately to claw his way through a wall to get out. Okay,
What you want?
inland,
I'm gone.
empty once again.
You've a task? As good as done.
Why is it always doppelgangers?
Yep,
Alright,
I'm
inland.
gone.
Oh, more reading. Is your inventory full? Why is your inventory full? Why do you have that stuff? Oh, whatever.
Tell me. Yep.
Okay. Time to get some reading done, I guess. Who knows which one is which, though? I have a task for you and those you have selected. You, the first of the faithful, are to stand ground in my stead. Be assured that I would not belittle your devotion with simple guard duty. This chore is of particular interest to me, and thus to you. Foxwine has become a thorn in my side. I wish it to be removed. Do so, and you shall please me greatly. Such is your charge. Do not fail in this. Saravok. Oh, what charm, what grace, what wonder. Father, I received your letter, and I can assure you that the mercenaries led by Foxwine will no longer trouble our operations. I have dealt with them personally. Before dying, they were most forthcoming in their revelations. It is as you surmise, they were agents of the Zentarum. I am also writing to tell you that I cannot attend the meeting at Candlekeep. Some problems have arisen with the Chill and the Black Talons. They have had trouble working with each other, and I am needed there to smooth over any dissension. I am sorry that I will not be at your side. Saravok. Liar! You lied to your own father! Why am I still carrying this around? Alright. Realtor, my superiors are intrigued by your proposal. I would like to discuss it further, but not through correspondence such as this. The Harpers and Zents have been very active in this region of late. It would be very unfortunate if they tried to disrupt an alliance between our two organizations. It is you, Brunos and Thaldorn, were to meet... If you, Brunos and Thaldorn, were to meet with us in the safety of Candlekeep, my superiors would be much relieved. Please send a response ASAP. Tooth. Saravok... Maybe I would hold off on the douche thing. It is possible he's making a bit of a power grab. Okay. Tooth negotiating with Iron Throne at Candlekeep. Justice understood. I don't... Unless he's an actual teenager, I would hold off on, you know...
Nature's servant awaits. As you direct.
But it is... Either this Saravok person is working with the doppelgangers, or he's being replaced by a doppelganger. And I'm not sure which one I lean towards. Well, time to leave before anybody notices our copious amounts of murder.
For the group.
This group shows promise exceptional.
Oh,
As
we're
you
very
direct.
promising killers indeed, yes. Is this the ground floor or... No, this is not the ground floor.
As you direct.
I can't see the staircase down on this side, so I'm just going to use this one over here. Hi,
For
we
the
haven't
group.
murdered anybody. We'll just be leaving now. Nobody has died by our weaponry in this building. Yep, we're off. We're away from here.
I serve the flaming fist.
Hello there, friends. May I have a word? Relax, I am not here to hurt you. I know you've been attacked at almost every turn, but I am an ally true and sure. Well, he did mention the flaming fist is at the top of his lungs as he wandered over to us. Replaced by a doppelganger? Never thought of that? Well, doppelgangers are doppelgangers, so it's possible. Okay, where are we? What do you want, friend? I've no time for idle chatter. Well bet, stranger, what news do you bring? Or, and why should I believe you? Well met, stranger. I'm just an aide to Scar. His wish was that I keep an eye on you, though you seem more than capable of taking care of yourselves. I do think, however, that you would benefit from a visit with him. He should await you at the Flaming Fist headquarters in the southwest quadrant of the city. If he's not there, just speak directly to Duke Elton. This stuff keeps happening because I refuse to talk to him at the front gate, isn't it? Because I've talked to Scar multiple times now, but people keep approaching me with, "You should talk to Scar." Then I will proceed there forthwith. Good travels to you. I take my leave. Well, that guy was much nicer about it. Why are you going into that building? Why are you trying to... Don't report my murders. Okay, I think this is where I want to be.
As good as
Hi,
done.
it's the middle of the night and we're here. They just tell you to keep talking to him because he's your quest giver. Well, yes, he did want me to investigate the Iron Throne, which I just did, and I was just leaving there to go and report to him when it's like somebody walks up to me, "Hey, you should talk to Scar."
As you direct.
Scar? Where's the boss man? Well, Duke Elton is here. Maybe we should just talk to him?
As good as done.
Greetings, taxpayers. I am Duke Elter, commander of the Flaming Fist.
I'm glad to have you back. So, what have you learned so far? We didn't learn anything. We came here to tell you that we no longer wish to work for you. We didn't find any incriminating evidence, but we did learn that the leaders of the Iron Throne are in Candlekeep. We know that any incriminating evidence would be found with Realtor, the overall leader of the Iron Throne in Baldur's Gate. He's currently supposed to be at Candlekeep on some sort of business. Or we have a few more things to do in the city. Once we're finished, we'll come back and finish things up with the Iron Throne. Well, that last one's right out the window. And so are the first two. You know what? Let's go with the most detailed report. Let's go with number 4. We know that any incriminating evidence would be found with Raeltar, the overall leader of the Iron Throne, who's supposed to be at Candlekeep right now. Then there is only one thing to do. Travel to Candlekeep and learn what they're doing there. Whatever it is, it can't bode well for the fortunes of this city. Take this book. Without it, the Keeper of the Portal won't allow you entrance into the library. Here also is the reward money that I had promised you. Well,
your journey has come
thanks.
full circle. Duke Elton has asked that you travel back to Candlekeep, where you must spy upon the leaders of the Iron Throne. While it troubles you that such evil men now make use of the Great Library, and you wish the circumstances of your visit would be different, it will still be a pleasure to return to your former home.
Did I just finish a chapter? Is that what happened? Did I just finish a chapter by accident? Apparently I did, and I got an achievement called On the
I
Trail.
love to watch the stars come out one by one. They wink at you and set to twinkling.
And they just landed us right outside of Candlekeep. I'm still carrying around all these insect shells and everything. What the heck? Okay, well, whatever. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the place I was raised, which may be raised. I mean, I'm actually moving forward in this game? What is happening?
Hold, travelers! Before you will be allowed entrance, you must donate a tome of great value to our libraries.
We don't have a book, but I used to live here, or we have the book you require. We have the book you require. You have met the requirements to gain entry to our most holy library. It is fine to see the child of Gorion once again within these hallowed grounds. Please, have your less civilized friends refrain from causing trouble. We are very strict with the letter of the law, as well you know, Foxwine. Yeah, basically Alexandria, and we all know what happened to Alexandria. I've returned to Candlekeep. I must find Raeltar and expose his connection to recent events. I should head to the central keep right away. That sounds like a prompt. It's the middle of the night. Oh well.
Salutations. I am Catterley, a visitor of Candlekeep, like yourselves.
You have a very monotonous voice, Mr. Catterley. Pardon if I seem out of sorts, but the journey has been long and treacherous, and my labors age me so. May I inquire as to your name? I am certain I have seen your face before, but I cannot fully place it. Foxwine is my name, if it is any business of yours. I am Foxwine, and I called this place home for many years, or I am sorry, but I don't have time to speak with you at the moment. I'm gonna go with the second one. This was my home. Foxwine, then I know you well, though you may be hard-pressed to remember. I was last here years ago, and I conferred with your foster father as you were off to chores. I am not much your senior, really. I am certain you tire of hearing it, and that Legion have told you the same, but Gorion was well known to me. His death has been mourned by many. And there's a lot of information going around about his death, despite the fact that it was relatively recently and in the middle of nowhere? How do so many people know he's dead? I do not wish to dwell on his death. I have moved on with my life, though I cherish the memories. His death is in the past and shall remain there. I am my own person and I have my own concerns. Or I have received sympathy from many a person I have never met before. Who was he to receive such adulation? You know what? Let's fish for some intel. Who was he to receive such adulation? Simple respect is all that it is. Gorion did many good things for many people. When last I spoke with him, I was barely acquainted with his fellows myself, but those who harp do tend to keep to themselves their affiliations. He was a long-standing member, from what I understand. Likely he said nothing to you because he wished your childhood to be as normal as possible. I suppose all parents wish this, whether the child is theirs or not. I have yet to meet anyone who made claim to achieving it, though. How do you wager you've fared? As well as can be expected, though I have learned much about myself that perhaps was better left unknown. Or, as much as I would like to continue our chat, I have important matters to attend to. Forgive me, but I must go. You know, I've learned very little about myself in the course of this. I know that a lot of people seem to want me dead, but I still don't know why. Oh yeah, and there was that whole seer person running screaming from me, yelling about blood and stuff. But surely that can't be because of me. That was just, you know, seer things. As well as can be expected. Would that I had a gold coin for every person I have heard say such a thing. I'm sure your troubles vary greatly from my own experience, but we all have trials we must overcome. We have a side that should not see the light of day too often. What matters is how much strength you wish to let it have. Bah, such words are better saved for classes and meditations, not for reunions. I will take my leave, though perhaps I shall see you again before I am to go. The tomes of Candlekeep are very nearly endless, and I am sure to be here for a 10-day at least. There are some within the central keep who wish to speak with you, so it would be wise for you to visit there sometime. Farewell, my friend. Very overly dramatic. He says his studies have aged him, but it's really the amount of time that passes while he talks. Well, it's the middle of the night. Let's go bother the keep.
I must rest. That case of armor chief.
Unless, you know what? Let's talk to Fildia here.
Hello there.
Have you seen my book? Wait, no, you found that already, didn't you? Oh, I just don't know anymore. You haven't been around lately, have you? No, I haven't been back since Gorion died. Or, never changed, Fildia. We love you just the way you are. Or, no, I've been out investigating the iron crisis. I haven't been back since Gorion died. Gorion? Why, yes, of course. I'm sorry, I've made a boor of myself again. Gorion was a good and wise sage, and he obviously raised you with better manners than I would have been able to. Nobody can be that airheaded, can they?
Oh, we've done so much today. Maybe it's time for a quick nap.
Okay, fine. Okay, what do we got here? Storehouse, clinic, bunkhouse, barracks, inn, quarters, Temple of Ogma.
Gorion would be proud of your actions.
I mean, I generally ignore when Minsk starts complaining about being tired. Because he starts complaining a long time before everybody else. But when other people also start complaining about being tired as well as Minsk, that's when I pay attention. Well, you know, I think it's all the armor. I think maybe I've got Minsk wearing too much heavy armor there. Actually, I was told to try this. Boo scuttles away as you try to grab him, and Minsk stops any further attempt to steal the animal with a harsh glare. But he squeaks when you press it! Okay, I don't want Minsk to glare at me anymore.
Yes, oh omnipresent
I just wanted to
authority
pet the
figure.
hamster.
As good as done.
Hi, hello.
As you direct.
How is everyone? Hey, Revor, got anything to say to me?
By Moradin's hammer!
You've been away without leave, soldier. Are you expecting forgiveness? Are you expecting redemption? Well, spare me. I want 500 push-ups, and I want them now! Nope. Nope. Walking away from that.
My hotel's as clean as an elven arse.
Aye, now there's the rapscallion. Set on the little wisp now, and make every bolt count. Where are they? Call them off, Winthrop. I didn't do anything. Winthrop, you old fool. If I had an arrow for every one of these practical jokes you've played on me, I don't know. I'd have a lot of arrows. Well met, my friend. Or you'll never take me alive! You know what? Let's go for the second one. Yes, you'd run me right out of the fletching business in a flash, you would. It's good to see your impish face again. Now fill me in on what you've been doing lately. I've been trying to get to the bottom of this metal crisis. A merchant's guild is involved somehow. Iron Throne, do you know anything about them? Or, I've been adventuring, Winthrop. There's word out there that it needs a righteous old kick in the arse every now and then, doesn't it? There's a world out there that it needs righteous old... Hey, Winthrop, have you heard anything about the Iron Throne? The Iron Throne, child. Why, there'd be no bigger or more dastardly mercantile consortium in all the Western realms. They've been barred from Cormyr for their unsavory practices, but all it's done is made them nastier. You'd best steer clear of them as long as you've still got life in ye. Little. Why can't I read tonight? Tongue, don't fail me now. Alright. Peasant rooms for everybody. Enjoy. Actually. Darn it, I can only sell things flat. Oh well. Yes. 6 of your finest peasant rooms. I mean, it's very simple, but I do really like the fire animation. Okay. 8 hours later, everybody knows I'm in town. Nobody's upstairs.
As you direct.
Alright, Imoen, let's get you out of here before you get put to scrubbing again.
As good as done.
It changes slightly depending on if you sleep. Yeah, it does. I do like how the rest animation changes, but it's a very simple overlay, but it just, the fire animation looks so nice. Chanter, voice of the East, voice of the South. Well, I'm intrigued. Hi. That just depends upon apparently they don't talk to me directly. The music is so loud. The Lord of Murder shall perish, but in his doom he shall spawn a score of mortal progeny. Chaos will be sown from their passage, so saith the wise Alalundo. When shadows descend upon the lands, our divine lords will walk alongside us as equals.
Perhaps this group needs not quite as much help as I thought.
Okay, time... nope. The music is so loud I can't hear the chanting. It's so loud. I mean, I could wander around town and talk to more people, but... Guys, when you all stand in the doorway like that, it is really difficult to walk through it.
For the group.
I don't think I'm going to be checking all the bookcases here for the time being.
Something on your mind?
Oh. It's coming for us. Foxwine, my child, look at you. Your face has gained some new lines since the days when I tutored you. It has been, like, maybe a month? Come on. Please stay back. You were my tutor once, but who you are now, I cannot know. I'm sorry, Karan, but I can trust no one. Ah, Karan, you speak true, but it's not your fault. You prepared me as well as you could for what lay beyond these walls. I just pray that I am prepared for what I shall find within them, now that I've returned. I'm gonna go with the second one. Why? What is wrong here? Shall I tell the Watchers? The Watchers are no more use than a bundle of sticks. Please, just tell me if you've seen anything strange in the library this past while. Yes, call the Watchers, but first, tell me if you've seen anything strange about the library today. Tell me if you've seen anything strange around here today. Strange? Why, yes, that's just the word. That is just the word I would have used for that Kovarus fellow. He was right here beside me, taking Alunda's prophecies from their place on the shelf and reading them. I could hear his voice, recognize the seer's words upon his quiet breath, but when I turned to steal a glance at him from the corner of my eye, it was the strangest thing. His eyes were closed, and he was reciting page after page as if from memory. He heard your footsteps, it seems, and wandered off. I was just returning the prophecies to their rightful place here. It might be wise to take a look. If this Kovarus is dangerous, though, I'm afraid I'm too old and bookish to be more than a hindrance. Forgive me, but I must leave you now. Kovarus? According to my old tutor, Karan, a visitor named Kovarus has demonstrated more than a passing familiarity with the prophecies of Alunda the Seer. Perhaps I should refresh my own memories of the prophecies. Afterwards, I would like to question this Kovarus. Oh, man, that means I'm gonna have to, like, find the bloody thing.
Hey.
Alright.
Oh, you bet.
Check the bookshelves. We're looking for the prophecies of Alundo. History of the Dales and the Elven Court. Nope. Should I be carrying a flaming sword in the library? Normal book. Okay, I'm very curious. What's in the... what... It's completely blank. It's completely blank. Okay, fine. Did you find those speed boots? Oh, the speed boots are on my thief, not on my personal character. I'm running around with Foxwine now, not Imowen. Imowen's the one who has the speed boots on. History of Kalimshan? But yeah, if I pick up Imowen here, who should be detecting traps and illusions.
I'm gone.
Nyom! Nyom! Nyom!
You've a task as good as done.
Okay, everybody into the center of the room, I guess.
Uh-huh. Fine and dandy.
Let's continue looking for that book. History of Gondigo, the Lost King. History of Halrua. Scroll and a letter? Oh, why not add the letter to my collection? which it wasn't this one. Maybe it's this one? During the days of the Avatars, the Lord of Murder will spawn a score of mortal progeny. These offspring will be aligned good and evil, but chaos will flow through them all. When the beast's bastard children come of age, they will bring havoc to the lands of the Sword Coast. One of these children must rise above the rest and claim their father's legacy. This inheritor will shape the history of the Sword Coast for centuries to come. The Lord of Murder? This sounds like the prophecy of... Yeah, it does kind of sound like a prophecy, doesn't it? Let me just attempt to adjust things here. My tablet is having a little bit of difficulty with actually showing me my chat, so I'm just going to try and make it so that I can see it on my screen. There we go. Okay. It does sound fairly prophetic. But the way the guy was talking, the saying that those people were whispering under the booming music. Yes, exactly. It does sound very similar to the stuff that they were talking about. Another letter. Why not? The spawn of the Lord of Murder are fated to come into their inheritance through bloodshed and misery. It is the hope of their father that only one shall remain alive to inherit his legacy. I foresee that the children of Paul shall kill each other in a bloody massacre. Charming. Charmed. I'm charmed. Yeah, sorry, library. I'm just going to be tossing these to the floor after I've copied them. I need the inventory space. Yeah, definitely something that sounds like another part of it. Nothing there. History of the Moon Sea.
These walls contain
History of Liwen.
knowledge.
Hi. Well, dip me in broth and call me stewed if it isn't little Foxwine. Why, I haven't seen you for nearly, quite some time, anyway. Hello, Theodon. How have you been? Or get out of my way, old man. I have no time to speak with you. Nope, I'm being polite to these people who practically raised me. How have you been, Theodon? I still remember you running about the keep in your little swaddling clothes, pestering the elders and spooking the cows. Ain't that right, Jessup? Surely was. Yep, of course you never did stay in those rags of yours long. I don't have the time for this, you old geezer. Goodbye! Yes, I remember, but how have you been? How have you been? You'd be naked as a jaybird the moment someone turned their back on you. I remembered the day that fellow Blackstaff came floating in, and there you were, tearing around the outer keep with Gorion hot on your trail. Took the cloak right off his back, you did, and made yourself just the cutest little... I don't need this kind of aggravation, you geezer. Get lost. Or yes, I remember. Could we drop it, please? How have you been? Please. Wait, I remember it all now. There was Kelvin Blackstaff trying his hardest to look important while you ran through the stables with his cape tied around your waist. Such a lark, eh, Jessup? I'm just... My life is suffering now. It's the elderly relatives. I have had many elderly relatives, and this is all elderly relatives all over again, top, bottom, upside down. Thought I'd catch my death from laughing, I did. You and me both. Gorion was shaking like a leaf, he was so mad. I've had about enough of you two. Get lost. As fun as this has been, I should really be going. Yep, I'm out of here. Bye. Hate it when they embarrass me. Yeah, I mean... What is Boo going to think of me after this? Nobody was sure what to do, and then Kelvin mutters some words and catches you by the scruff of the neck with some sort of spectral hand. He hauls you out and drops you right in front of him, grabbing his filthy cape in the process. Everyone was scared they were, weren't they, Jessup? Sure enough, scared witless. Yep, and then old Kelvin bursts out in the biggest laugh you ever heard. Everyone in the keep was laughing like mad, except you, Foxwine. You just stood there naked as the day you were born, and wondering what the fuss was about. I tell you, those were the days. Yes, I think I'll be going now. Or keep your hazy recollections to yourselves, you old farts. Yeah, I'd like to go now. I have more bookshelves to check. Oh, certainly, little one. Stop by any time, though. I've got some paintings of you as a youngster I'm sure your little friends would love to see. Remember the one of Foxwine on the bearskin rug, Jessup? Why? Why do people take pictures of their children naked on bearskin rugs? Why is this a thing? Why is it such a trope that this game can just mention a picture of someone on a bearskin rug and I know exactly the picture that he's talking about? Why? Surely do. In the buff as usual. I am not naked right now. I would like to note that for the record. A complete lack of nakedness in my character. Cute as a bug you were. Go play with your friends now. Go on. Where was I? Did I check this shelf? Yes, I did. Okay. Yeah. Creepy old man obsessed with the nakedness of children. History of Cormier. I'm pretty sure I looked at that already. History of Dambrath. History of Durpar and Var the Golden.
This group shows promise exceptional.
History of Shadowdale 1. Another scroll. Why is the AI like this? Why is the AI like this? Apparently they got a very long head start on being dirty old men. Exactly, Green. Also, welcome. Good evening. History of Sembia. History of Estegund. Another scroll. Alright, my little friends, who are hopefully far enough away that you didn't hear any of that conversation.
Yes,
or the group.
Are there any more books in here? There do not appear to be, but there are more bookshelves, so... Hello, who are you? You're another reader. Okay.
Need me? Gotcha.
History of Shadowdale 2. And empty.
You've a task as good as done.
I don't suppose there are any books in here. I kind of doubt it. Nope, no books in there. Definitely no books in here. Okay, what was the name of that person? It wasn't Jessup, and I refused to speak to Jessup. It started with a V, didn't it? Wait. A visitor named Kovares has demonstrated more than passing familiarity with the prophecies of Alundo the Seer. Perhaps I should refresh my own memories of the prophecies. Afterwards, I would like to question this Kovares. Okay. Alright. Whoop. Actually, you know what? As long as I'm here... Alright. Time to go upstairs? Or downstairs?
Our library is a man's harem of knowledge.
Harem? Who?
Good on you if you saved the day.
There we go. Hello, Foxswine. It is good to see you here once again. A pity you could not have returned during a more restful time. Why? What is going on that would cause you such stress? You always were a worrier. I'm sure all is well. Or what business is it of yours? What is so stressful? Oh, it's nothing, I'm sure. It's just that, well, things seem a little strange around here. Those decidedly unmerchant-like merchants, for one, and some of our own monks are acting odd as well. One fellow in particular. I'm sure it is nothing. You should not worry yourself so much. Or, really? And who would that be? Oh, no. Who would that be? Well, there's this fellow named Kovares. I assume he is a visiting sage of some sort, but he seems more interested in our guests than the tomes. He makes me nervous. I think he's had the same effect on others as well. Young Shistel has been out of sorts for days now. He's not as thick-skinned as I. You remember how nervous he used to be? He's quite the opposite now. Seems like a totally different person. I worry about him. I should go. It's been nice speaking with you. Doppelgangers in the library? So, Kovares, it was a K. Okay. Koveras. Acting weird. RE prophecies. And young Shistel? Acting unlike himself. Okay. Okay, I've been running into doppelgangers so much that I'm seeing them around every corner.
Welcome part of this crew.
Oh boy, okay.
The Lord of Murder shall perish, but in his doom he shall spawn a score of mortal progeny. Chaos will be sown from their passage, so saith the wise Alondo.
Hi? Did you really have to sing that to me? Foxwine, you look distressed. What is it, child? It's like the lizard conspiracy IRL. Oh, the all the important people are lizard people one? Yeah, that one's a good one, I must admit. Nothing, it's nothing. I'm just finding it very hot in here. Or there's trouble here, Chanter. You must help me. David Ick. Trouble. You must help me. You're right. I have felt it too. Pray, tell me how this aging frame can help you. Oh, I see. I was not aware that that particular conspiracy theory actually had someone that we could point at and say, this is where it came from. As I'm not always as good with names as I should be. As in, I have a terrible memory for them. Absolutely terrible. I must know who has visited the keep lately and where they have spent their time. As chanter, you know the history of this keep better than any other. I have grown up here, I have played within its walls, but there were many places I was never allowed to go. I am older now, and I will go where I must, but please, are there any places in this keep of which I was never told? Oh man, I want to ask them both. Oh man, I must know who's visited. There have been a few nameless scullery maids, some new watchers. As for visitors to the library, though, 2 men from the Iron Throne arrived, what was it, 2 days ago? 3? They're here for a meeting with the 2 Knights of the Shield, who I believe made their arrival yesterday. Much of their time has been spent on the 3rd floor, arranging preliminaries for the meeting. A man named Coverus has arrived as well, but he's mainly kept to himself, researching some of Alundo's prophecies regarding the time of troubles, which we keep on the 2nd floor. Other than that, well, there's only been you. Oh, so the actual prophecies are somewhere here on this floor. That's great. That's terrific. Wait, no, come back! I want to ask about secret places. Nope, he's gone.
In the year of the turrets, a great host will come from the east like a plague of locusts. So saith the wise Baldur.
What the heck was that? That was just that deep voice out of nowhere into my ear.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, that was a bottom of the ocean voice. History of the Dragon Coast. History of the North. Another scroll. History of Shadowdale 3. History of Shadowdale 4. I mean, part of me does want to, like, open all of these books and read them aloud to you guys, but that would make it a very, very long stream. Especially if you count the books that I ignored over at the Iron Throne. Scroll again. History of the Dead 3? That's too intriguing to pass up. History of the Dead 3, Knucklebones, Skull Bowling, and the Empty Throne. In ages past there was but one god of strife, death, and the dead, and he was known as Jurgle, Lord... Jurgle? Lord of the end of everything. Jurgle fermented and fed on the discord among mortals and powers alike. When beings slew each other in their quest for power or in their hatred, he welcomed them into his shadowy kingdom of eternal gloom. As all things died, everything came to him eventually, and over time he built his power into a kingdom unchallenged by any other god. This one is actually pretty important to the game. All right then. Eventually, however, he grew tired of his duties, for he knew them too well. Without challenge there is nothing, and in nothingness there is only gloom. In such a state, the difference between absolute power and absolute powerlessness is undetectable. During this dark era, there arose 3 powerful mortals, Bane, Baal, and Merkel, who lusted after the power Jurgle wielded? The trio forged an unholy pact, agreeing that they would dare to seek such ultimate power or die in the attempt. Over the length and breadth of the realms they strode, seeking powerful magic and spells and defying death at every turn. No matter what monster they confronted or what spells they braved, the 3 mortals emerged unscathed at every turn. Eventually, the trio destroyed one of the 7 lost gods, and they each seized a portion of his divine essence for themselves. The trio then journeyed into the Grey Waste and sought out the Castle of Bone. Through armies of skeletons, legions of zombies, hordes of non-corporeal undead, and a gauntlet of liches, they battled. Eventually, they reached the object of their lifelong quest, the Bone Throne. The Bone Throne, the Throne of Bone, the Boning Throne. I claim this throne of evil, shouted Bane the tyrant. I'll destroy you before you can raise a finger, threatened Ball the assassin. And I shall imprison your essence for eternity, promised Merkel the necromancer. Jurgle arose from his throne with a weary expression and said, The throne is yours. I have grown weary of this empty power. Take it if you wish. I promise to serve and guide you as your essential until you grow comfortable with position. Before the stunned trio could react, the Lord of the Dead continued, Who among you shall rule? The trio immediately fell to fighting amongst themselves, while Jurgle looked on with indifference. When eventually it appeared that either they would all die of exhaustion or battle on for an eternity, the Lord of the End of Everything intervened. After all you have sacrificed, would you come away with nothing? Why don't you divide the portfolios of the office and engage in a game of skill for them? Asked Jurgle. Bane, Ball, and Merkel considered the god's offer and agreed. Jurgle took the heads of his 3 most powerful liches and gave them to the trio that they would complete by bowling the skulls. Each mortal rolled a skull across the grey waste, having agreed that the winner would be he who bowled the furthest. So the god of the dead invented... I'm not sure if this is bowling or shot put or something that the Scots have a specific name for. Or is this golf? Is this golf? Malar the Beast Lord arrived to visit Jurgle at this moment. After quickly ascertaining that the winner of the contest would get all of Jurgle's power, he chased off after the 3 skulls to make sure that the contest would be halted until he had a chance to participate for part of the prize. Bane, Ball, and Merkel again fell to fighting, as it was obvious that their sport was ruined, and again Jurgle intervened. Why don't you allow Lady Luck to decide, so you don't have to share with the beast? The trio agreed, and Jurgle broke off his skeletal finger bones and gave them to the players. When Malar returned from chasing the skulls, he found that the trio had just finished a game of knucklebones. Oh my! Bane cried out triumphantly, As winner, I choose to rule for all eternity as the ultimate tyrant. I can induce hatred and strife at my whim, and all will bow down before me while in my kingdom. Merkel, who had won second place, declared, But I choose the dead, and by doing so I truly win, because all you are lord over, Bane, will eventually be mine. All things must die, even gods. Ball, who finished third, demurred, I choose death, and it is by my hand that you all rule. Lord Bane will eventually pass to Lord and it is by my hand that all you rule, Lord Bane, will eventually pass to Lord Merkel. There should have been a comma in here. It would have made more sense with a comma. Both of you must pay honor to me and obey my wishes, since I can destroy your kingdom, Bane, by murdering your subjects, and I can starve your kingdom, Merkel, by staying my hand. Malar growled in frustration, but could do nothing, and yet again only the beasts were left for him. And Jurgle merely smiled, for he had been delivered. So, it wasn't shot put. It wasn't bowling. It wasn't a particular sport that the Scottish people have a name for, and it wasn't golf, alas. It was fetch. They threw the round things and the beast brought him back. The original god of the dead invented fetch. And dice, somehow. But mostly fetch. He will be best known for inventing fetch. Well, that was fun. Let's see if I can find more prophecies. History of the North 6. History of the North 7. History of the North 8. I'm starting to notice a trend. Honestly, would you... Another scroll. Okay, Alright. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go up here and work my way down. I suspect I may have looked at some of these already, but... Okay. History of Shadowdale. 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 Why is this happening? History of Shadowdale. History of Tethir. At least it's not a history of Shadowdale. 13 parts so far, yes. History of the North 2. Okay, fine. I'll read the numbers. Fine, I'll read the numbers. History of the North 3. It's happening again. History of the North 9.
You need something, stranger?
Oh, hi. Thought I might find you somewhere around here. Allow me to introduce myself. Perhaps another time. There's some research that I'm currently working on which demands my attention. Or please do. Well, everybody else is right over there. If this person tries to murder me again, as many people who've been like, oh, there you are, have, well, they're right there. And I've got a flaming sword in a library. Alright, please introduce yourself. My name is Kovras. I used to work for your father, running messages to his Harper friends in Waterdeep. Before he passed on, he entrusted this ring to me and asked that I give it to you should evil ever befall him. Will you take it? Yeah, it is Kovras. I hadn't actually found the prophecies, but it's Kovras. Well, evil befell him all right, but I want nothing of your baubles. And what evil befell him, Kovras? Or if it is my father's will, then I shall wear it. Thank you for your kindness to him, Kovras. I believe that he is referring to Gorion as my father, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm gonna go with the second one. What evil befell him? You were there. You saw it all. A woman, an armored figure, 2 ogres wielding clubs, and 2 archers. But Gorion's petty magic was of little use against them, was it not? And you fled with your tail between your legs, hiding amidst the trees until dawn broke. And now it comes full circle, doesn't it? The Iron Throne so close that you could almost touch them and wreak revenge for that night. Gorion used to be a Harper, so yes, he is referring to Gorion as my father. Well, I did want to make sure because, well, my actual father... Well, these prophecies point in a very particular direction when it comes to saying who my father is, doesn't it? You know me well, Kovras, and my father too. Give me that ring and let me find my vengeance. Or, you're right, Kovras, I was there. Myself, my father, and 6 others who tried to kill us. Where were you, if you know so much? You know what? Give me the ring. I'm going vengeance. Vengeance style. Avenging angel. Wear it with your father's pride about you, then. Before you go, listen to me well. The leaders of the Iron Throne are here in the keep, even as we speak. They are at their weakest and most unprotected. If you ever hope to kill them, now is the time. Now go. The Iron Throne awaits you. Coverus surprised me by suggesting I kill the leaders of the Iron Throne while they're here at Candlekeep. I don't know whether that's the right course, but it certainly would be convenient. Coverus's Ring of Protection +1. Ring of Protection +1, Ring of the Princes. This ring and several of its type were originally crafted to protect the sons of King Castor Dewis, though who uttered the enchantment is unknown. History records that the rings remained within that family for at least 13 generations, though they were all apparently lost within the space of one. Enmity between the king and the family of the creator may be to blame. Okay. Alright. To my good health. The item cannot be equipped due to other magical equipment you are currently wearing. Is it the other ring? Studded leather armor. The second sword arm. Eyes of Truth. A completely non-magical ring, so that's not it. The +1 armor? I can't wear the ring with the +1 armor? I don't have another set of armor, though. I wonder why I'm wearing this. This is... I don't remember why I put this on. Oh well. That was just a very deep voice that came and went. A man named Coverus gave me a ring and instructed me to assault Raeltar while he is at his weakest and does not suspect my intentions. A tempting plan, as it could stop the schemes of the Iron Throne right away, but there could be another way. I mean, I would definitely want to question him before killing him, but the way things have been going, I think I'm definitely likely to kill him. History of the North 10. History of the Last March of the Giants. Another scroll. Yet another scroll. History of the North. Can't wear Ring of Protection with any enchanted... I see. Well, it makes sense, but I don't have to like it. History of the Dragon Coast. I ought to be able to stack pluses, darn it. That's what they're pluses for, you plus. +1, +1, +2. +3. +5. History of the Dales and the Elven Court. History of the Chosen of Mistra. History of the Bell in the Depths. Did I get these? I think I got these. Yeah, History of Tethir. Okay. So the prophecies do not actually appear to be on this floor. Even though this is the second floor and it ought to be here, it is not. Okay.
Nature's servant awaits, as you direct.
Okay. Priest of Ogma?
As you direct.
The heck is a priest of Ogma doing up here?
These walls contain the world's knowledge.
Hello, I'm the level coordinator. Is there anything I can help you with? No, I don't need your help. Could you tell me where I could find Tethtoril? Or I was wondering where I could find Ulront. Sure, where is Tethtoril? Tethtoril is a busy man and I don't keep track of his schedule, sorry.
Wisdom is only
where could I find
possessed by the
Ulront?
learned.
You can find Ulront in his apartment on the 6th floor. I wouldn't bother him there, though. He doesn't like unannounced intrusions.
Yes, or
I mean, I
authority figure.
Adventure and steel on steel.
What's the story?
The stuff of legend. Right, Boo?
I like the music here in the library, though. This nice chant that's going on here. History of Shadowdale. History of the Dales and Elven Court. Whoop, wrong button. History of the Fateful Coin? There does not appear to be a side chamber here. Interesting. There is an and furthermore chamber, though.
Good on you.
Let's see. History of the North 3. Imoen, you grew up here too. You know you should be quiet in a library. History of Shadowdale 9. Another scroll. History of Shadowdale 8.
You've a task? As you direct.
Don't go too far without the party. That's something I've learned. Oh look, it's Reltar. My dear ma'am, you must realize that it is manners that make the gentlewoman, so would you kindly prove that you are one by leaving? No. I refuse. I decline. It's not happening. The right people can afford to be rude, but this is not you. Leave now before my irate companion Brunos lets his temper get ahead of his reason. Now, I do possibly have an advantage here, given that if the letter that I found was a draft and it was actually sent, they might think I'm dead. Also, why is my stream... Hold on a moment, I seem to be having a little issue here. It's going to get very quiet in the background while I try and figure out... Okay. That's very weird. My streaming software and my tablet all say that I have no viewers and that the duration of my stream is zilch. And yet, when I look at Twitch, it looks fine. That's so weird. I don't know what's wrong with my stream. Well, I'm glad you're here, Jorg. But at the moment, my Streamlabs is saying that you are not here, even though I can see you talking in chat. It's very weird. Did reset 5 minutes ago. How strange. Well, I'm sorry that it did that, and I'm sorry that I didn't notice until now. Oh look, I have a view count again. Okay. Moving along, apparently. Fine, we'll be on our way. You're the leaders of the Iron Throne. We're the ones who've caused you so much trouble over the past weeks. We know what you're all about, and soon so will Duke Elton. Or you're the bastards behind all the troubles from here to Baldur's Gate. Now that we have you where we want you, don't think we're going to let you live. Well, I mean, confrontational is definitely what I want to do here. The question is which kind of confrontational. Threaten them with the Duke, or threaten to murder them. That's tricky. Threaten revelation, threaten murder. Threaten murder, threaten revelation. Murder. I'm going to threaten murder. This is most distasteful. I've always known that rudeness is how the weak make themselves look strong. Even if you were to somehow beat us in battle, how would you escape the keep? Or did you think that the monks would let you go about murdering everyone within their keep? Oh, you really have no idea who I am. Oh, that's spectacular. Crash them mutton heads, boys. Fun. Okay, Raeltar's wearing a robe. Kestor is in some sort of armor. Brunos is definitely in armor. So...
Nature's
Yahira
servant awaits.
Oh, you're all the way in the back. That's no good. But look at Imoen, right up front. Give that guy in the robe some arrows to the face, if you would.
Yes, oh omnipresent authority figure.
Yahira, since you're all the way in the back, if you would go for Brunos.
You have need of me?
Yeah, Kestor needs some injuries.
You point, I punch.
Go for the mage.
Tell me.
You know what? Go for the mage.
D'accord.
And I don't know. Go for Brunos. Good luck, everyone.
Go for the ice move. Go for
Oh,
the
there's
ice.
4.
Orion would be proud of your actions.
And that was the end of everyone. To a remarkable lack of any sort of... Okay, wasn't one of these guys supposed to have evidence on him?
Nature's servant awaits.
Yes?
Less talk, more fight.
Because I'm seeing a distinct lack of evidence here.
Yes, oh omni. As you direct.
Potion of Genius, Potion of Clarity, Potion of Frost Giant Strength. So many blues. Yeah, my inventory is full of blues that need to be identified.
You've a task?
Hey, okie doke.
History of Shadowdale 5. I mean, admittedly, the guy had reason to lie to us, but he said that the evidence would be on Realtor. And there was definitely no evidence there. History of the Valley of the Gods. History of the North. I mean, they definitely do not appear to be doppelgangers, but I'm also... It's kind of...
awaits.
It's kind of sus that none of this evidence that I was supposed to find was there. And come to think of it, did my journal actually update? No. No, it did not. That's interesting. I begin to think that I did not kill the people that I thought I was killing. Apparently I can't go up anymore from here. No, doesn't seem to be doppelgangers again because they didn't change. Like these are like human corpses all piled here. They're not blue. But the quest didn't update and the information wasn't there. So I don't think doppelgangers, but I do think maybe imposters.
I should have joined the army.
Foxwine, stay where you are. I do not wish to harm you, but you must come with me. You are to be questioned regarding the murder of the Iron Throne leaders. They were apparently killed not an hour ago, and an item of yours was found with the bodies. Please, you will get a fair trial if you come quietly. I will use force if I must. Do not do this. You must believe me. I am innocent. All right, I surrender. Take me to Ulrant or Tethril so I can prove my innocence. Or, yes, I killed them, but they attacked me. They're the leaders of the Iron Throne, the people behind the iron shortage, and everything else that's been wrong with the Sword Coast. We did everyone a favor by killing them. Oh, Maybe I should have threatened them with the Duke. I surrender? I'm glad to hear that. I did not wish to harm you. I'm sure this mess will be cleared up soon. Well, this is... hello? So, Foxwine, you have sullied your father's name by defiling his home and bringing ruin to a peace that has lasted for centuries. I spit on you and all of your friends. Your transgressions will be punished in the most severe form. I formally accuse you of the murders of Brunos Kostak and Realtor Anchev. But I've done nothing wrong. Why have you accused me of such a thing? Or, fine, do your worst, you old coot. Lying? Lying through my teeth? Lying? Why have I accused you? You were seen fleeing the murder scene. Cover has found the identifying ring of a Shadow Thief assassin in your personal effects, and gold minted in Am. I feel it is a strong enough proof to accuse you. Oh! Well, isn't that a thing? From everything we've seen and found, it is not hard to figure what your purpose was. From what I've been told, you've been trying to place all the misfortune of the Sword Coast squarely on the shoulders of the Iron Throne. I assume you and your friends are assassins in the employ of Am. Perhaps you were sent up north to create discord in the region before an Amnian invasion. It matters little. You and your friends are to be sent to Baldur's Gate, where an appropriate punishment will be administered. What? Were we set up? I mean, yes, I killed them, but this feels like a setup. Hello, young one. I am sorry to see thee in such terrible circumstances. I know thee well enough to see that you have been falsely accused. Tomorrow, Ulrant will most likely sentence thee to be sent to Baldur's Gate. There thou wouldst receive the death penalty for these actions. I know that Gorion would not want to see his only child killed a scant few weeks after his own death. 'Tis as a favor to his memory that I will help thee escape. Make thy way through the catacombs beneath the library, but disturb them not. I have your possessions with me. You must take them and go with haste. Do you know anyone by the name of Kovaras? Thank you for helping us. Actually, I did kill them, but they're the leaders of the Iron Throne. They were the people behind the iron shortage and everything else that's been wrong with the Sword Coast. We did everyone a favor by killing them. No. Do you know anyone by the name of Kovaras? I know of no one named Kovaras, but Kovaras is the reverse of Saravok, a young man who accompanied the leaders of the Iron Throne when they first came. I know not where he is gone. You know what? I think I was set up. I think I was set up big time. It is now time for you to go, Foxwine. I can teleport you to the secret room that leads to the catacombs, but from there you are on your own. You must be careful within the catacombs, as there are many guardians and traps, and perhaps whoever planned these murders. However dangerous the catacombs may be, they are a safer alternative to Ulrant's wrath. Yeah, I mean, part of me wants to save Scum backwards, throw the ring onto the floor, and not murder the leaders. And part of me really wants to follow this through. Teleport us to the secret library. We're as ready as we'll ever be. Why can't you teleport us outside of Candlekeep? We're as ready as we'll ever be, I suppose. I have been accused of murdering the leaders of the Iron Throne, including Realtar. Whoop! Okay, Tethtoril has freed me from my imprisonment, knowing that I am not guilty. He has sent me to the catacombs beneath Candlekeep, where I should be able to make my escape. I must then travel to Baldur's Gate to stop Saravok, or Kovaras, as he has been calling himself recently. Oh boy! You know what? I'm gonna follow this through. I mean, I did kill them. I did, and the fact that this guy is sure that I'm innocent it feels a little bad, but I have a feeling that if I just left, somehow proof of their murder would have been found that pointed to me anyway. So I'm gonna go with this. Someone has gone to a lot of trouble to ensure that Ulrant thinks we murdered the leaders of the Iron Throne. Who would want the Iron Throne leaders dead? Other than us, that is. Alright. Back to Baldur's Gate, apparently. You know, once we make it through the catacombs. The fact is that I didn't save after I murdered all of those guys. So no, I'm gonna follow this through. I'm gonna overwrite the Foxwine's adventure. Who knows where this is going to lead me? But there are more books in here. Let's see if those prophecies I kept looking for are actually here. I do have to end the stream soon, but I wanna look. Scrolls. More scrolls. Yes, I'm
There's
following
something
through.
most unnatural here, and I want no part of it.
Even more scrolls. Okay, you know what? It's scrolls all the way down here.
Whatever they need.
Dynamic hair.
No less than done.
Anything around here you can learn? Yes. You already know those ones. And already know those ones. Although we do have some scrolls of identification here. Alright, learn that one. Forget that one. Who has something interesting?
Figure.
That's a bastard sword and some chainmail. Bracers, ring, wand, halberd. Let's identify the ring. Yeah, I still hadn't made it back to that town. And I'm still not going to make it back to that town because I've got to hurry to Baldur's Gate and prove my innocence. Wand, warhammer, mace, shield. Wait a minute. Halberd, two-handed sword, warhammer. Choices are hard. Okay, fine. I'm just gonna identify the bracers.
They wish my ear.
Okay. Identify with scroll. Bracers of defense AC 7. Bracers are thick bands of metal or leather that are strapped, belted, or tied to a character's forearm. Generally, the magic that is instilled in bracers is good only during combat, but since most bracers help protect the wearer from injury or improve their chances to strike an opponent, exceptions do exist, though such specialized items are rare at best. Okay. Alright. And what about this? Ring of Free Action, Edvintar's Gift. This ring was given to the reef scavenger and hunter known only as Edvintar by a group of aquatic elves long his friends. His help in routing the pirate queen Yanandra of Dambrath was instrumental in their survival, though Yanandra continues to be feared anywhere the water meets land. The wearer is immune to everything, magical and otherwise, that affects mobility in any way. This includes haste and slow spells. Ooh. Ooh, I think I should give that to Khaled.
Can I
Khaled,
help you?
take that ring and if you can, put it on. Yes, good. You are constantly getting caught in traps for an achingly long period of time. Maybe this will help. Now, who does not have bracers yet? Jaheira. Jaheira is the only one who doesn't have bracers.
You've a task?
And her inventory is full. Okay, put down the head. Pick up the bracers. Put on the bracers. Pick up the head again. There we go. Life's good now. That means I still haven't identified because that ring just told me what it was. Nobody really wears chainmail in this group. I wonder, are any of these things that I recognize? Nope. Oh wait, this is a medium shield +1. I've seen those before. Mace +1. No idea. Lore was high enough to auto-identify that specific item. Nice! And a warhammer +1. Oh, that's great. Okay. Alright, fine. Let's identify this bastard sword then.
They're called?
Also known as the hand and a half sword, the bastard sword derives its name from the fact that it is halfway between the two-handed sword and the long sword. This is a magical bastard sword, which is a +1. I'm not sure that was worth the scroll, to be perfectly honest.
Nature's servant awaits.
Okay. That was fun. Oh yeah. Imoen.
Yep.
I want your detection on, please.
Yes, oh omnipresent authority figure.
Question mark. This door leads back to the upper levels of the keep. From the looks of it, it is heavily warded. Luckily, Tethtoril teleported you past such an obstacle. Common sense dictates that you make your escape through the opposite door, which is exactly what I'm going to do next week. So, I'm going to save because I just did that juggling and learning and everything. And into the catacombs beneath the library next week. Escape catacombs. Go direct to Baldur's Gate. Okay, I've made a note so that I will remember what I'm supposed to do. Although, being as there is only one door to leave this room, I have hopes that I will, be able to keep it in my memory. I did do an awful lot today. This is amazing. So, that was a lot of stuff, and while I did in fact murder those people, I'm going to claim that it wasn't me forever. Forever and ever and ever. And also, like, the evidence that I was supposed to find was not there. So I think maybe I shouldn't have let that other guy live. Because apparently he lied to me too. So, we will deal with that and the accusations. And I'm fairly certain that the Iron Throne leaders would have ended up dead no matter what I did. So I'm just going to deal with the situation as it currently stands. That's what I'm going to do. And for anyone who wants to know what I've been up to, Kovaressa aka Servok, yes, I am reasonably certain that I would have been framed for the murders whether I committed them or not. So yeah, I'm just gonna work with what I did and what the situation before me. Oh, no problem, Jorg. It is my pleasure to stream. And for anyone who wants to know about my adventures previous to this and what I've been up to and what a paragon of what I've been, you can find that on my YouTube channel, which I've just had my bot link to for you. There are playlists there sorted into the specific games. So if you just want to binge through a single game, which is my favorite way to consume on YouTube, you can do that. It's all very nicely set up in there, and I do try very hard to keep it up to date. So, and I will be back streaming again tomorrow night. Starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow night, I will be playing Empires of the Undergrowth for Management Monday. Empires of the Undergrowth is basically an RTS game featuring colonies of ants. I get to be the god queen over a colony of ants and marshal them to victory through various challenges. So that is what I will be up to tomorrow night, and hopefully I will be more successful than failure this upcoming week, which is also how I ended up doing last week, with more successes than failures. Just barely, but we'll see. Then I will be back again on Wednesday night, starting at as close to 7 p.m. as we can get enough people to get a firm room. I will be playing Among Us with a pack of my friends. We will run around, accuse each other of murder, throw each other out of airlocks, and have a grand time. Unless we're playing hide and seek, in which case we'll just be running around and screaming in the dark, and still having a pretty grand time. Oh, the Empires of the Undergrowth, it is very fun. It is an unpausable game, so you gotta think on your feet and make your plans based on the situation. And it's got really good graphics. They're really authentic graphics. They really look like ants and insects and things. The devs have gone a very long way to try to make things look and behave as close to their natural counterparts as possible, while still making a really fun game. So I do recommend it. It is still in early access because there's still one breed of ant that the devs are working on, and they don't want to put it out in full access until they have that one more set of ants. So I'm going to be playing it every Monday night through March here. So it's a game to tune in for. And where was I? Oh yes. On Thursday, I will be back streaming again, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. I will be playing Valheim for Try Not to Die Thursday. I will be exploring this upcoming Thursday. I defeated the second boss of the game, the Elder, and I have pretty much cleaned up the mess that the Elder left behind when it died. So it's time to explore a bit more. Figure out more of what biomes I have to look at on my home continent. And the island that the Elder was on, I've only partially explored it, and there is a swamp in there with some iron in it. So I also want to be grabbing that iron and getting it back to my main base so I can process it. There's many awesome things I can do with iron. So I'm going to be working on that. And then, next Sunday night, starting at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, I shall return to the game of Baldur's Gate, where I will probably have to fight my way through and out of the catacombs beneath the Candlekeep Library, and get my butt back to Baldur's Gate, hopefully before the accusations of my perfidy reach the ears of the Duke, so that I can plead my innocence. Falsely, but I'm going to plead my innocence anyway. And I'll try and get this done. So, that is the upcoming schedule, everything that I plan to do for the next week, and all the games that are on the docket to play. Tonight has been so much fun, and I hope that all of you have had at least as much fun as I have. And I hope that you have a great night. Good night!